It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling.
Hey everyone, it's Lady Sweetheart and welcome to The Bachelor on the Ranch. So right now you will have just seen our very first rose ceremony, where we did unfortunately have to say goodbye to Ashley. And as you can probably tell, it is the next day, and we are actually hanging out by the household pool. And while it might just look from this angle like Garrick is in the pool, relaxing, doing some reflecting on possibly the next rose ceremony, what we're actually going to be doing now is we are going to be having our very first competition in the challenge. That is why these lovely ladies, the 5 remaining contestants, are just standing perfectly lined up in front of the pool here. They're not just admiring Garrick, but they are actually getting ready to compete. And that's why I'm keeping it paused right now. I want all of the contestants to have the very most equal opportunity to win this first competition. And because this is the first competition of the challenge, this is actually going to end up being a group date. So the 3 contestants who remain in the pool swimming the longest will be the ones that get to go on the group date with Garrick. So I'm actually going to have each of the girls in the house do the swim laps. And I'm trying to click on like directly in front of them. I actually tried to teleport them all inside the pool, but the teleporter didn't work in the pool. So this was the closest I could get. On your mark, get set, go. All right, so they're all supposed to be swimming laps. So it's actually a pretty warm day, even though it's fall. So Garrick decided to, take advantage of that and show the ladies what they're competing for here. But also, Garrick is a very active and physical guy. He has competed in horse riding competitions. He's kind of looking for that same type of athleticism in his partner. So swimming just seemed like a good way to do it. And, they're not racing, so it doesn't matter where they're at. It's basically about endurance. And I have no idea whether any of these Sims had any kind of fitness skill coming into this. It appears like Martina might be struggling a little bit more than the other girls, just because I saw her take a little break over there and she's a little bit behind the rest, but maybe she's playing the long haul. Like she wants to make sure she stays in the water, because that's really what I'm going to do. There's not really any way to measure, whether they're taking breaks like I see a lot of them doing right now. It looks like Martina is getting out. Okay, so Martina has been eliminated. Since they're not actually swimming anymore, I'm going to stop and I'm going to make them swim some more. All right, so these 4 have all been instructed now to carry on with the swimming. And if I see them stopping in the water like that again, I will just keep having them do that, because the competition is just seeing how long they can stay in the water and swimming the laps. So you may have noticed, but when I did the elimination, the rose ceremony, I did call the girls in order of the number of votes they got. So Martina actually got the highest number of votes to stay. So I'm sure a lot of you are going to be disappointed that she's not going on this first group date, but obviously there will be other competitions as well. They keep wanting to talk to each other. I feel bad because, I think it's great that they want to be social with each other and be friendly, but it's a competition. And it looks like Riley has gotten out. So the competition is over. So Juniper and Cassidy and Mallory are the winners and get to go on the group date with Garrick tonight. But I am going to have these three get out. I don't want anything to happen to them. And it is actually already 5:20, so I will probably go ahead and send them out on their group date shortly. So for their group date, I decided to kind of continue along with the theme of the day. And since it was a swimming contest, I thought for their group date, they could go and have a night out on the beach in Sulani. So I'm going to have Garrick take the three girls that won the group date to San Simonian Beach. Okay, so they are all here in Sulani. You'll probably see I did give them all special beach outfits to wear. And I do have it on full autonomy because the way I want to run this group date, instead of having everyone have like their one-on-one time, I thought I would let them just do what they do and see what happens. But I do think they're all getting pretty hungry, so I'm actually going to have Garrick come over and make everyone something on the grill. I feel like with his background, he would make barbecue ribs. That makes sense to me. Seems like a very Chestnut Ridge cowboy kind of thing to make. I've noticed Mallory and Cassidy talk together a lot, so I kind of feel like they must be friends in the house. I feel a little bit bad for Juniper because it seems like she feels a little bit like a third wheel. I've noticed Juniper, I believe, well, now she's talking with Cassidy, so that's good. He just really wants to fire dance. Okay, all in good time, my boy. Okay, well, that was really nice. Like, that actually makes me think a little bit better of Cassidy, seeing that she's made time to talk with Mallory and with Juniper. You know, it makes me think that she must be a nice sim, you know, and not just care about being competitive, but, you know, maybe she wants to be friends along the way, too. So they're all sitting down, enjoying these barbecue ribs that Garrick has made. No. Okay, you know what? Can I, like, turn the fire out? No, there might be a way, and I just don't know. Like, you are not here. No. So I'm just kind of seeing who talks to who. Right now, it kind of seems like the girls are more interested in talking to each other, which, like I said, on the one hand, it's kind of nice that, you know what, we're going to turn this off. Like, this is too much of a distraction for you, Garrick, and I don't know why. But anyway, as I was saying, it is kind of nice, though, to see the girls trying to get along with each other instead of, you know, being rude with each other. Like, it definitely makes me think more highly of all three of these girls. Okay, so it does look like Garrick and Cassidy have started a conversation, and she did put her phone away for that, so that's always a good sign. But now it looks like he wants to go off and go swimming with Juniper, so, you know, I'm going to let him do that. I'm mostly going to let them do whatever their autonomy tells them to do. But so far, hasn't been a very interesting group date. Like, I was kind of thinking, like, somebody brought up a good point in the comments the last time of, like, what are you going to do, like, if one of the girls catches him flirting with another girl? And I'm like, you know, jealousy is kind of part of the whole Bachelor thing. So, like, I guess I'll just ride it out. But, like, that doesn't even seem to be, like, an issue at all here. Like, it's just not happening at all, which I kind of feel bad about because, like, I wanted this to be more interesting than that. This picture kind of sums it up perfectly. They're both swimming in opposite directions. But yeah, like, I don't want to, like, artificially create drama or, like, force them to do things. Like, I don't know how you all feel about that, but I just want to see how it goes naturally. All right, so now Garrick is out here in the ocean all completely by himself. They are in this beautiful, beautiful land of Sulani here. And, like, I feel like Sulani at night is a very romantic setting, but, like, it just doesn't seem like they're into it. Like, how can you not be into this? This lady needs to go away. Like, she is not part of this. She's definitely horning in on our group date here. Okay, he's finally having a conversation. It looks like he's talking with Cassidy and Mallory. Probably like, so, what were you girls talking about when Juniper and I were in the ocean? Well, that didn't last very long. Oh my goodness. I sent him on a date, and this man would rather just play on his phone. I mean, he is looking rather adoringly at Mallory, but then he just plays on his phone. No. Can I take this phone away from him? I am so sorry. I feel like this is like the most boring date that anyone has ever sent their Sims on. Like, the girls would rather talk with each other, and Garrick would rather play on his phone. I really want to take this phone away from him. Here's what I'm going to do. I am just going to make him be in a romantic mood, okay? I'm going to cheat his mood to flirty. He does have the romantic trait, so like that randomly happens when Sims are romantic anyway, so I don't feel like that's too much of a stretch. Now let's see if anything happens. Juniper went to sleep. She's not feeling it. Okay, but he is flirty now. I don't know if that's like part of the problem. Like, I should have got everyone flirty, but I don't know. Like, usually my Sims are like flirty constantly, so I didn't think I really needed to worry about that. And Cassidy is also asleep. Oh my gosh. And Mallory would rather just stand here facing the wall than going over and having a conversation with Garrick. Don't tell me Mallory is gonna go to sleep too. Oh my gosh. Like, are y'all really that tired? No, you're not. So I don't know why they're all like wanting to have a nap. I don't know. They're literally all asleep. They're on this group date and they all just want to have a nap. Finally, thank you, Juniper. Juniper has come over to compliment Garrick's appearance. Finally. And in return, it looks like Garrick is flirting with Juniper. So at least something is happening now. They've literally been on this date for hours, and just now, something romantic happens. And now he is complimenting her appearance, so maybe Garrick is just shy. Maybe he's never been on a date with 3 women before, and he was really intimidated. I don't know. Okay, well, I guess the conversation's over. Cassidy only has a wish about Juniper to be friendly with her. Juniper has a wish about Cassidy that she wants to stargaze with her, and Mallory has no wishes at all. She's completely given up on this date, clearly. Ask what happened. I'm not sure. Maybe he's asking what happened as in, why was this date such a disaster? Otherwise, I can't think of a single thing that happened, Garrick. It was like the least happening group date I think I've ever seen, ever. I'm kind of disappointed in Garrick. I can't lie to you. I feel like I think a little bit less of him now after this group date. Share spirit with Garrick. I don't know what spirit she's sharing, but she's sharing the spirit of a bad group date. Like, so bad, it's like morning now, and basically nothing happened. It is the next evening after the comically bad group date. And following the formula that the Bachelor show tends to do, I think it makes sense for Garrick to go ahead and invite out one of the ladies for a one-on-one date. So we know that Mallory, Cassidy, and Juniper all went on the group date with Garrick last night. So that actually just leaves Riley and Martina, who have not been on a date with Garrick yet this episode. I've noticed in the game... Whoa, wait, what? Do you all see this?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Right now, it kind of seems like the girls are more interested in talking to each other. Like, how can you not be into this? Cassidy only has a wish about Juniper. Juniper has a wish about Cassidy.
Well, duh.
Juniper and Cassidy are woohooing. I couldn't make this up if I tried, so let me get this straight in my head. Juniper and Cassidy go on a group date with Garrick, along with Mallory, and show little to no interest in Garrick romantically. And now here they are, out here enjoying a woohoo with each other. Oh my gosh. Will this influence the votes for the next rose ceremony? I would kind of guess it would. I felt so bad for the group date being so boring, but y'all want drama? Here's the drama. Apparently, Juniper and Cassidy are more interested in each other than they are in Garrick. Take that for what it's worth. And I'm sorry, I know I was explaining the whole, like, one-on-one date, but, like, I kind of felt like we needed to pan away for this part. I mean, I told y'all I would embrace the chaos that may come up in this series. I had no idea that this would be the chaos. Why is Samurai in here? I don't feel like he should be able to come in. I mean, do we have the right kind of doors? Not really. That's a pretty crazy glitch. But anyway, oh my gosh, I'm getting so distracted by all this chaos. So anyway, a one-on-one date. It's 7:18 at night. We have Riley, who has not had a chance to go on a date with Garrick this episode, and we have Martina, who also hasn't had a chance to go on a date with Garrick yet. In fairness to all of you, instead of making it completely random, we did get to see, well, now quite a bit of Juniper and Cassidy this episode, and Mallory. We have not gotten to see any of Riley or Martina. As I said, I kind of feel like that's what they do on The Bachelor show anyway. It's been a while since I watched, but it seems like who doesn't go on the group dates are the ones that are in the running for the one-on-one dates. So I'm just going to randomize between those two girls. I'm just going to go in order. For the randomization purposes, Riley will be number 1 and Martina will be number 2. So back to the topic at hand, we are going to go ahead and spin to see who goes on the date with Garrick. Riley is 1 and Martina is 2. And it looks like it's going to be Martina. So if you were hoping Martina was the one, you are going to be very happy. Also, it looks like Cassidy and Juniper finally decided to come out of the hot tub. But I am going to have Garrick stop what he is doing and come on over and ask the lovely Martina to accompany him on a one-on-one date. So Garrick has come over and he's asking Martina if she will go ahead and be his date for the evening. And it sounds like she said yes. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to send them out bowling. So Garrick and Martina have arrived at the bowling alley. I did place this from the gallery. It's listed as a bar in the gallery because obviously we can't just have a bowling alley lot type. But you'll see it's pretty small and it's just a pretty basic bowling alley. But it does look pretty nice inside. All right, so Garrick and Martina have arrived. It looks like Garrick is up first, looking really cute in his little bowling shoes. Okay, Garrick, you might want to get the basics of bowling down before you try to pull all the really fancy stuff there, buddy. He's like, I didn't get a gutter this time. Let's do a celebration dance. But I do love how in between frames, they will do this. They will sit down and they will socialize and actually interact with one another. One of my biggest criticisms of The Sims is I feel like there needs to be more activities that Sims can do together where they actually also socialize with each other as well. I could send them to Solani to snorkel together, but they won't actually interact. So I love that bowling actually gives them the opportunity to do that. And that's why the bowling pack is one of my favorite stuff packs, and bowling is one of my favorite things to have my Sims do. And this date is going well enough that they already have done their 10 socializations that they need to do. And now it's Martina's turn to bowl. Bowling is right up my alley. Garrick is thinking on continuing to pick up bowling in his spare time. Should he gain the likes bowling preference? I mean, it would make sense. Why would you take your date bowling if you absolutely hated it? And Martina did just as well as Garrick on her first try and also got a gutter. So I'd say, at least when it comes to bowling, these two are well matched. Tell your date a story about how two of the other contestants are more into each other than they are into Garrick. Okay, so Martina's going to bowl again. Let's see how this goes. Still a gutter. But it's okay. I feel like everyone knows bowling is, Well, I shouldn't say everyone, because some people do bowl competitively. But for most of us, bowling is entirely meant to be a fun activity. So I am going to have them stop bowling now because they are getting towards the end of the day and we still have a lot of things to do. Not that I care too awful much about the stars on the dates because like there's no, type of requirement in terms of like getting gold stars or anything like that. But I feel like it's kind of a guide maybe as to what the Sims want to do on their date. He wants to kiss her. Do they have a high enough... They might not have a high enough relationship to do like an actual kiss, but he might be able to like kiss her on the cheek or something. No, he can. You know what? I'm going to have him go for it. Because if this is coming up, I feel like he wants to get into a relationship. Ugh, Garrick, if I didn't love you enough already. Like he's definitely in this for the right reasons. Watch a romantic TV show like The Bachelor. Have a drink, which we can definitely have them have a drink. But yeah, I think we're just going to go for it and just see what happens because I think he wants to kiss her or it wouldn't come up. That's how I'm interpreting it. So we'll see whether she accepts the kiss. And he also, according to this, wants to tell her a story. So I'm going to have him tell her an engaging story. And I'm going to take this as like he's telling her about like how he grew up. Like maybe he's talking to her about his family background, how he got into riding horses, some kind of story like that. To where they can get to know each other a little bit better. The time for the date is running out, but I do want them to come up and have a drink together. I mean, we still got a silver medal, and I feel like we weren't really paying too close of attention to the date goals, but... Okay, so they're sitting at the bar together, drinking their strawberry nectar. Garrick is paying Bettina a compliment. I think he's telling her, like, I had a really good time tonight. I'm so glad you came out with me on this date. And Bettina seems like she's also very happy that she came out on the date with Garrick as well. And I apologize to the creator if I'm reading Bettina wrong, but like I feel like Bettina's the type who would be like, look, I feel like you have a right to know about what happened today with Juniper and Cassidy. So I'm trying to think of what Sims interaction would be like. The closest, probably gossip. Okay, that's just like asking about or hooking up with. Share a secret. I don't know, like that might even be like a little bit closer. So Bettina is going to confide in Garrick and be like, look, I do really like you. I respect you. And so I feel like you have a right to know this. And she's telling Garrick, something went down today between Juniper and Cassidy. And I'm concerned that some of the girls might not be here for you. And she's telling him, like, I don't want to get into specifics because I don't really feel like it's my place, but I definitely think you should have a conversation with Cassidy and with Juniper. But it is like 5 a.m, so I am actually going to go ahead and end this date and send them both home for the night. I also wanted to show you Garrick's moodlets from the date. He has a special connection. Feeling close with the Sim can deepen existing romantic feelings and make Garrick want to get even closer. Pleasant nectar feeling from the nectar. First kiss, swirling with feelings of passion and happiness after a first kiss with someone new. Made a new good friend, so they must be good friends now, which I will definitely show you the breakdown of his relationship status with everyone like I did the last time. Decorated, yeah, that one's boring. He's feeling a deep connection with Bettina and liked the drink again and liked the atmosphere from the bowling alley. Bettina is feeling smitten from being enamored with someone nearby, which makes me wonder if they have sentiments with each other. Oh wow, they actually have a couple. So Bettina has sentiments about Garrick that she's smitten. Can't explain it, but she's really enamored with Garrick, and the sight of him makes Bettina's heart beat faster. She's feeling closer from happy memories. She feels close to Garrick from good times and happy memories. Garrick's sentiment about Bettina, a jam-tastic gift. Garrick remembers fondly of receiving a gift from Bettina. He was in Cannes, so I guess Martina must have given him a can of jam at some point, which I don't ever remember seeing that, but it must have happened when I wasn't paying attention. And he is also feeling smitten with her. And as promised, I am going to show you the breakdown of Garrick's relationships with all of the girls in the house. So with Martina, he has those couple sentiments we just went over. He has a friendship level of 63 with her, as well as a romance level of 35, thanks to that one-on-one date. With Cassidy, he has a friendship level of 33 and a romance of 16. With Juniper, he has a friendship level of 28, a romance level of 20. Mallory, a friendship level of 26 and a romance level of 9, which I believe might be the actual worst of anyone. Which makes me wonder if, like, she maybe caught him doing something romantic with someone at some point. Riley has a friendship level of 42 and a romance level of 28. So overall, seems to be the second highest relationship with anyone in the house. He only has the jamtastic gift sentiment for Cassidy, and with Juniper, I wonder where all this jam is coming from. No sentiments with Mallory, jamtastic gift sentiment with Riley. Also, this is super interesting. I'm looking at Garrick's milestones. He has 2 fall in love milestones. One is Garrick fell in love with Martina Hensley, and Garrick fell in love with Riley Cordova. Martina has that same milestone with Garrick, and Riley does too. So to me, the choice of who Garrick wants to stay seems pretty clear, but I definitely need your votes in the comments below for the 2 sims that you are voting for to stay. And as we did last time, whichever sim gets the least amount of votes will be the one going home. Or what I was thinking, let me know whether you think Garrick should confront Cassidy and Juniper to find out what is going on with them. And perhaps this could be a reason for both of them to go home. But I definitely want to see what you think about that idea. I mean, to me, it seems pretty obvious that they're both into each other more than they are into Garrick. But I definitely want to know what you think, because this LP is definitely a joint effort here. For milestones, it says that Cassidy fell in love with Juniper, and it says Juniper fell in love with Cassidy. So anyway, hopefully you have all the information you need to know in terms of how to place your votes for the next rose ceremony. Definitely let me know as well whether or not you think Garrick should confront Juniper and Cassidy, and whether or not you think this is terms for both of them to go home. And then we would do a double rose ceremony this time. Don't forget to leave your votes on who to stay in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like the video if you did enjoy it. I also want to take the time to thank you all for all the love on the last video. And I do apologize it took me so long to get this video out to you. I actually started a new job right after I released that first video, and it took me a while to kind of get back into the groove of making videos and stuff. So I do apologize. I definitely don't intend for the next time to be that long of a break in between episodes. Don't forget to drop a comment below. I do always love hearing what you have to say. It honestly does make my day. You all are the absolute best. I will see you later. Bye.
I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel